Yeah.
What is up, YouTube, and what is up, AHC2 world? Guys, it has been a little bit since I made a video, and first off I want to apologize because the video I was supposed to make this time was supposed to be the blindfolded taste test with my kids, but I can't make that video yet because my daughter is not here. She is out somewhere with her mom, so can't really do that. But man, guys, I've been having a rough week. So I think it was Thursday. It was either Thursday or Wednesday. It was either, no, I think it was Wednesday. So Wednesday, I go to a football practice, start my truck up, starts fine, no problem. Then I just say, oh man, let me go get some gas. So I swing by a gas station, fill up, turn my key, the car turns, but then it doesn't start. So then I turn the key back and then I try to start it again. Then it finally starts. So in my head I'm thinking, maybe there was a hiccup in the gas. So, over. So the kids want slushes, so I take them to Sonic and get the slushes, and once again, turn the key. It acts like it wants to start, but then it doesn't. Turn the key back, turn the key again, then it starts. At this point, I'm drawing a blank. I don't know. So we drive home. I get out the truck, and I'm in the house maybe 30 minutes. So I decided, man, I forgot to go to Walmart and get some sodas. So I come outside, get in my truck, turn the key. Nothing. Not a turnover, not a click, not a crank, not a sound. But the dashboard lit up and the lights outside of my truck came on. So I'm going in the fridge thinking, oh man, no. First I was thinking, it was my battery, because at first, I used to be having problems with my battery, especially in the wintertime. In the wintertime, my truck is bad with the battery. For some reason, I don't know why. But when it's, I'd say below 10, and my battery's on my truck overnight, when I come out to start it, it's not starting. I'm literally going to have to jump it. So I take the battery off, and it's good and charged. So at this point, I'm calling everybody. Everybody under the sun and moon is telling me, starter. So I'm like, okay, where's the starter? Don't laugh. Okay. So I get on YouTube, which I can actually say thank God for YouTube. And I watched about 4 or 5 videos, and finally I, came outside and found my starter. By this time it's too late. It's dark. So I go to work and I talk to some mechanics there, some people there, and they're all saying starter. Okay, fine. Well, a guy was supposed to come over after I got off work to take my starter off so I could take it to AutoZone and get it checked. Son of a gun doesn't even show up, right? So I'm sitting here thinking what to do. Went back to YouTube. Pretty much had to teach myself how to take a starter off. I started at 3:30 in the afternoon, which a severe storm was already on its way. It was already dark and windy. So I started at 3:30. Maybe around 6ish, it starts pouring down rain. It's storming. And I'm like thinking, I've only got one bolt off at this time, which was the easiest. The other bolt was a top one that's way behind everything, which I don't know why they would do that. So I'm thinking, dang it, I'm going to have to stop. But I told myself, I said, you know what? By the end of this night, this starter is coming off this truck. So it stopped raining. I ran back outside. About 8:50, I got that bolt off. I got that starter off. So it literally took me from 3:30 in the afternoon till about 8:50 at night to get the starter off of my truck. Now, I'm not going to blame myself because that was the first time I ever did it. But all those videos I watched on YouTube, they all said something different. One guy said you cannot take your starter off from the top or the bottom. I'm thinking, okay. Sure enough, there's a spot on the side of your wheel. There's a little flap that you could reach in there and see the starter and everything. So I have to run to work, get a jack the truck up. Taking those lugs off of my truck was pure hell. It took me a while to get those off. So I finally get the tire off right. So I'm looking in here and I'm trying to figure out how in the world am I even going to reach my arm in there to get this start off. So I can't take this start off through here. So that was a waste of time. So I had to put the wheel back on my truck. So then, by this point, before I even got that last bolt off, I think I made about 4 or 5 trips back into town, which is from my house to work is about 2-3 miles. Yeah, about 3-4 times back and forth, because at one point I needed a bigger jack, then the next point I needed some car stands, then the next point I needed a freaking deep socket, because the bolt on my starter stuck out about that much and my wrenches wouldn't get it, so I needed a deep socket. So by the grace of God, I got that thing off. And by this point, I'm thinking, okay, AutoZone closes at 10. Luckily, AutoZone is right around the street. So I go to AutoZone and tell them I need my starter checked. And they check the starter. And so they tell me, sir, your starter's good. At this point, I'm furious. I'm thinking I spent all afternoon, halfway into the night, taking this thing off just for you to tell me that this starter is good. So I called my dad, and luckily I did, because he said, get a second and third opinion. So I took it to O'Reilly's the next day, and O'Reilly was telling me a whole different story. They were telling me that something to do when he plugged it up to test it, he only plugged the positive up, and it worked fine. But then he said as soon as he grounded it, it started to shut off. He said it didn't work. So that right there is telling me, okay, there's a problem with my starter. But AutoZone said my starter's perfectly fine. Don't trust AutoZone, people. Just throwing it out there. I don't know. I shouldn't say this because probably not all people at AutoZone are like this, but I just do not trust AutoZone. When they tell me something, I am now to the point that I'm going to go get a 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th opinion, because everything they've ever told me so far about something has always been the exact opposite. So anyway, after O'Reilly tells me that, I decide, you know what? I'm going to take it to an auto electric store. So I take it to B&H Auto. He said he'll take a look at it. So they had it overnight, and the next day, which was Friday by this point, he calls me and says, hey, I got your starter fixed. I'm like, oh, was it actually bad? He was like, yeah, you had a bad solenoid. I had a bad solenoid, but yet AutoZone told me my starter was perfectly fine. Okay, I don't know. Maybe AutoZone just wanted to hurry up and get me out of the store because I was there 10 minutes before they had to close. But come on, people. Like, seriously, just be honest with me. So then You know, they rebuilt my starter, which was amazing. I mean, I only paid $63 to get my starter rebuilt. All new parts on it and everything. Now, at this point, I'm thinking, man, now I have to get off work and put this sucker back on. And I remember how long it took me to take it off. So, I was not happy. And luckily, a guy at work, a mechanic, who would come to your house and put it on. Dude, I was so saved. I was excited. I was happy. Got in touch with him. He said, sure enough, he said, let me know when you get home. I will be there, and I will put your starter on really cheap. Really cheap. Really cheap. So he came. Took him about an hour. Okay? An hour. And it took me almost 6, 7 hours to just even take it off. And it took him roughly an hour to put it back on. In my head, I'm thinking, man, I hope it was really the starter. Got in the truck, cranked it up, boom, truck comes right on. Now, at this point, I wanted to drive back to AutoZone and really tell them about themselves, because I would have put this starter back on my truck and it was bad, and ain't no telling what would have happened. I would have been going through circles and hoops, having to wind up taking it off again. But the guy came and put it on. Nice older gentleman. He put it on, and in my head I'm thinking, man, this guy's fit to probably give me a really high price. But at this point I was like, you know, I want my truck back. So he says $30. Really? He said, yeah. He said, if you would have called when you had trouble, I would have took it off and put it back on, and it still would have been $30. I'm thinking, oh my God. I was like, so I probably could have had my starter took off, fixed, and put back on my truck in it one day. But I didn't complain. I gave him extra $5. Still 30. I gave him 35. You know, sometimes you gotta sort of show courtesy to people, you know. And a lot of people don't. A lot of people don't. You know, the guy took his time to come to my house and put a starter on. He had his flat rate. But you know what? I gave him a little something extra just for the troubles. And sometimes you really have to do that. You have to really show people that you appreciate what they're doing. And I mean, it's hot. I'm thinking it was about 92 degrees outside when he put that starter on. And he was literally laying in top of my motor and stuff. He was literally laying under the hood of my truck. That's how good, and that's how far he had to get up in there to do, because he was a shorter guy. I'm taller than he is. But you know, yeah, sometimes you just gotta really appreciate people when they go to the extra step for you. And I do. And that's why I gave him that extra $5. And you know, he looked at me, he was like, really, are you sure? And I'm like, dude, yeah. I'm like, hey, you came to me when I needed you, right when I needed you. So yeah, I mean, you deserve this extra. And I think we just need to show courtesy, you know, to people like that. Just give them the extra little thank you and little stuff like that. But dude, I'm so excited to drive my truck again. It's rough when you don't have your own vehicle. I mean, I had another vehicle to use, but I wanted mine. And you know, I got mine, and I'm happy. But guys, it's hot, and my daughter, hopefully, whenever she gets back, I'm trying to try. It'll be sometime this week. I know sometime this week I will do that video, the blindfold challenge video with her. She's excited about doing it, because I told her we were going to do that video, and I think my son, he's going to do it too, which. It's going to be a funny video. It's going to be a funny video. Because a lot of stuff they don't like to try, and a lot of stuff is what I'm going to use that they don't like. So, it's going to be interesting. But guys, you know, how your weekend goes. You know, let me know in the comments about videos that you want to see me and my kids do, because we need ideas. We need different stuff to do, little fun stuff to do. Because I mean, they're loving these videos, and they're loving the whole YouTube experience, and I am too. You know, this is great. This is great. I mean, I really love being in front of a camera anyway, especially taking pictures. But now, you know, recording myself, it's amazing how people just watch your videos, and just saying thank you is sometimes just not enough. But you know, thank you guys. You know, like I said, my channel's small, it's steady growing. But you know, I'm happy with a small channel. I'm happy with a small channel. I mean, yes, I would want it to grow, but you know, I'm good. I'm good. Kids love it, and I'm gonna get the kids more involved with a lot of the videos. A lot of the times they're just off on their own, video games, phones, and tablets. You know, that's the generation these days: video games, phones, and tablets. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to me complain about my little rough week. But it's over, you know. The little struggle I had is over, you know. Like I said, my truck is back running. Everything else is fine. And, you know, stuff falls in place. You know, I'm happy about that. You know, sometimes you just got to be patient and let stuff fall in place. You know. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Please hit that like button, that subscribe button, and share. And I will get with you guys later on with another video. And you guys take it easy and stay blessed. Peace out.